Hi Cancer, welcome to my page, welcome to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. This is your reading for the month of February. The way I like to start my readings at this time is I look into what is triggering you, what is distressing you, what's going on the shadow side of things. And it's interesting because I almost said sadder side of things. So what is bothering you in your mind right now, and what's going on an energetic level in the shadows? And then I turn and I go into the lighter side. I want to see what we are expanding into, what we're transmuting. And then after that, we'll go into love, career, health, and whatever else wants to come through, okay? So take a deep breath, be comfortable. We're going to be here for a little bit, and we're going to see what guidance can come through to make the next month or 2 months a little bit more easier, comfortable for you, to give you some clarity on the questions that you have at this time. As soon as I was tapping into your energy, I was feeling like I wanted to coddle you or to really nurture you. And what I was feeling is that Cancer is the mother energy of the zodiac. Cancer is the home, the nurturer. But the message I was getting for you right now is a sense of who is nurturing you. I feel like a lot of you spend so much time nurturing others, but right now, on a deeper soul level, it's like, okay, but I want to be nurtured the same way that I nurture others, because I feel like you're really proud of how you take care of others and really proud of how you navigate things with the other people in your life. But sometimes you feel like you don't have that person for you. So the first two cards that came out is Journey into Darkness, Know Your Heart and Dreams. Know your heart and dreams. Overthinking, redirect your focus to change the narrative. Okay, so a lot going on in the mind, Journey into Darkness. And a lot of you have been, what I'm feeling is that a lot of you have been going into past memories, past events, and really, it says overthinking, but I don't feel like it's in a ruminating way where you're like insanely just going over all of these past events. I feel like you are, it's almost like you're in what I see is that you in a filing cabinet, and you're trying to decide based on all of these past memories and experiences that are occupying my brain and occupying my nervous system and occupying my emotions. What do I need to keep in order to stay myself? And what can I get rid of in order to make room for new experiences? And in order to make room in my mind and in my heart for myself, it's as if a lot of you have taken up so much of your internal space with the space of other people's emotions and other people's experiences. So yes, you are in a state of overthinking, but I actually feel like right now it's something you have to do in order to rearrange the landscape of your brain and to redirect your thoughts and your energetic systems. But it's interesting because it's like I'm talking about your brain like a computer. You're trying to either delete some files or to integrate them together. You're trying to make sense of things that have happened in your past, and you're trying to make sense of why things happened the way that they happened. You're being brave enough to take the journey down into the depths of your heart right now. So it's really not a bad thing. I feel like it's something that you have needed to actually do for a long time, and you finally have or feel brave enough to do it. Part of me wants to tell you that I'm proud of you. And I feel like that's another thing. A lot of people don't, some of you may have never heard that, but you need to hear that. And I'll tell you that I'm really proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself for all of the things that you have held on to, all of the things that you have uncovered and dealt with and had to integrate alone. But I feel like, look at that card that just came out. Spiritual warrior, discover and honor your inner courage. Really acknowledging the warrior and the courage that you had to walk your path up until now, okay? And this is the bottom of the deck, surrender. Let your soul wisdom lead the way. Let your soul wisdom lead the way. Okay, let's see with the light deck what you need to do to expand out of this. So right now you've been going through your journey into darkness. So how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? How do we expand out of this area? But I'm also hearing don't rush through it, because the process that you're going through right now in your mind is necessary for the next part of your journey. Once you integrate everything, you will develop wisdom from it and you will gain courage. Divine animals. Divine animals. But here's the heart again. There's the heart again on this card. I'm going to read that card after I pull two more. Okay, so what I'm feeling and then what I immediately heard is animalistic. And it's like you never show any type of animalistic behavior. And what does animalistic mean on a human level? It really just means you're raw and uninhibited emotions. It feels to me like you've really been very mature and very, you've just been very mature. You're always the bigger person, or you're always taking the high road, but really inside, I feel like there's an animalistic and very raw and real side of you that is trying to come out or needs to come out. I feel like what I'm getting is mincing your words, like you're always changing your words to make them feel better or sound better for other people, but that doesn't help you. Animalistic. Sometimes you have to roar. Sometimes you have to make noise. Sometimes you have to make people uncomfortable for them to understand you. There are certain people that you can communicate with regularly and maturely, and there's other people who really don't pay attention unless you come out of your natural state of being and you expand your energy so big and you extend your voice so loud that they have no choice but to pay attention. And a remembrance of who you are. Remembrance. And that card is so pretty. But I feel like these two cards look like each other. So this card is from the shadow deck, and then this card is from the light deck. I feel like they look like each other. And this one is surrender, and this one is remembrance. So you have to surrender to your feelings and surrender to any type of raw emotion that you have in order to remember who you really are and what you're here to do. A lot of you are also changing your career or feeling a shift in your life purpose. Yeah, you're channeling a new direction right now. You're channeling a new direction. For one or more of you, you are going to be implementing a new way of doing your job. So you might not be switching your work completely or changing your job completely, but you're implementing something new into it. That would be really helpful for you in the month of February. Like if you have an idea that you've been wondering about, if you should pursue or you should try with your job or try with your clients, I feel like the answer is yes. Focus. Stay focused on yourself. The energy has to go back into yourself right now. This card also wants to come out, Soul Song. You need to focus on yourself right now. Focus on what your soul is saying to you. Focus on what you're hearing from yourself when you're alone and everything is quiet. And what I'm getting is that if it's anger that you're feeling, then you have to express your anger in a healthy way. But it's okay if you have to be very raw about it, and if you don't mince or you don't subtract words to make other people feel comfortable. Because that's not helping you. That's just helping other people. I'm gonna pull from the Inner Child deck and see if there is any inner child aspects of this that want to come out. Try again. Just give me one card, please. Okay. Get lost. Fall deep into the realm of imagination. Yeah, something is trying to come through you right now. Something new. Oh, but I'm getting that some of you are only living in your imagination. That's interesting. For some of you, you have an idea of how you want your life to look like, but because you are suppressing how you truly feel, this life is only occurring in your imagination. So you're spending half of your time in the physical realm and the other half of the time in the dream realm or the imagination, or in your imagination. Write a letter to your inner child. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. Become aware. Listen to the wisdom of the body. There's another card exhibiting the animalistic nature. Let yourself be held by love. And this is what I was feeling at the beginning of the reading when I was saying, okay, you're always the one nurturing and cradling everybody else, but who is nurturing and cradling you? Okay. And this is for some of you connected to something or the people that were there when you were a child, whether this is your caregivers, whether it's siblings, whether it's friends, whoever it is, whether it's romantic or it's simply about you and how you need to go back into your past and sort through the things that separated from your ability to fully project your voice, to fully ask for your needs, to fully feel like it's okay that you are allowed to live the life you want to live and not just have it exist inside of your imagination. Okay? Let's see what actions you need to take to get there. What actions do you need to take to get there? Ancient wisdom. Use the tools that you already have. Use the tools that you already have that exist around you. A lot of you already have what you need. Ancient wisdom. Transmutation. For one or more of you, you're very interested in astrology. that's something that you should definitely start to explore. Let me go get this card. Sorry, the card that fell is Magic. Magic. It's time now for you to fully tap in to the power that you possess. And a lot of you don't realize how much you possess from past lives. A lot of the times we feel like we have to go get so much more education and so much more certifications and so many more things, but really there's wisdom, ancient wisdom that already exists inside of you. You already know how to do it. I'm not knocking the validity of going and getting certified and all of this stuff, but it's like your soul really wants to remind you that you are already really great at what you do. You are already really amazing at transmuting things for people in your life. And for some, it looks magical. For some people, they don't even know how you do it. They don't know how you run the house and you keep it so beautiful. They don't know how you're doing all of it at one time. They don't know how you've been through so much and stay so graceful and so kind and have a soft heart. For some people, what you do seems magical to them, but you need to believe that about yourself. You need to believe that you are the magical being that you are. Become, this card is sitting out to me again. Become aware. Listening to the wisdom of your body. What is your body telling you? What is your body telling you? For some of you, the answers that you need to what's going on and what needs to change are existing in your body. And if you identify where in the body you're having the issue, you can identify what the problem is. That to most is considered ancient wisdom, but really it's not. It's just natural to humans. Like, not that it's not ancient wisdom, sorry. It is ancient wisdom, but to some it would be considered magic, you know, like if we're talking about the chakras, like let's say you're just constantly getting a sore throat, you're having a hard time speaking, you're coughing a lot, that tells me your throat chakra is blocked. That tells me you're not speaking your truth. That tells me there's something that's being left unsaid. You're not saying your opinions. If you're having a lot of TMJ or tension here in this area of your jaw, again, withheld opinions, withheld words. If you are having chest pain, shortness of breath, you're not processing something emotionally. If you're having stomach pain, stomach issues, that's your solar plexus. That's telling me that you're not able to digest something that's going on. You're not able to accept something that's going on, or you feel like something or someone is blocking your power. Solar plexus is your power and your self-esteem. Okay? So becoming aware of what your body is telling you will really, really help you at this time. For one or more of you, I want to remind you that, oh, more cards want to come out here. Okay, hold on. I don't want to lose my train of thought. For one or more of you, let's say you're a hairdresser, okay? Let's say you're a service provider of some kind. You're a makeup artist. You do eyebrows. You have people that come to see you for a service, and you're not considered a healer, okay? But I want to remind you that for a lot of people, you are their healer a lot of the times. For some people, that 15 minutes they're in your chair, that hour they're in your chair, that time that they're with you, whatever that is and whatever you do. I'm also seeing somebody talking to people on the phone, so in customer service, but they get to talk to you on the phone for a little while. You heal them in a way that you don't know. Just having even that 15 minutes of conversation with them, woman to woman, or whatever it is healing for them. For some people, that's all of the uplifting energy they get in a day, in a week, in months. So really embodying how powerful you are to other people's lives, even though you may not understand it immediately or see it, really carrying yourself with that energy and what you have to give, even though it's not in the form or the shape that you think it needs to be. And the next card is water. Another card about ancestors or ancient wisdom, ancestors, and hero's journey. So what's coming to me, here goes my throat, give me 1 second, hold on. What's coming to me is the conversation I had yesterday with one of my clients. And she has recently become a mother. I'm so proud of her. And the way, sorry, I was getting a phone call. She has recently become a mother, and the way that she is mothering and the way she's carrying herself right now, based on what I know about her upbringing, her life, her past, I know that this is the first of her kind of a mother in many of her generations before her. Okay, she came from a really, really, really hard upbringing, did not have the experience of childhood that you would want to have as a child, okay? And what I'm watching her give to her child now is so beautiful, and I know she's breaking so many generational traumas and so many generational challenges that have been before her. And so why I'm bringing that up is because that's exactly what's occurring for a lot of you now, okay? You have been on a hero's journey and you are going through an experience that nobody else in your lineage has gone through. If you're a healer and you are openly, if you're a healer and you are openly sharing your gifts, giving your gifts, charging for your abilities, if you are, sorry, I don't know what's happening to the throat. Something's going on. If you are outwardly sharing your gifts, especially as women, this is for a lot of our ancestors. This is something they were never able to do in the past. So I feel like overall, this is a reading of you acknowledging how far you've come, how much you've overcome, but also acknowledging what's going on in your body and what needs to come out. This is no longer a time to play small. This is no longer a time to repress anything. And water is also representing emotions. Hold on, I'm getting something here. There's also something significant about your dreams. Your dreams are really important for you to pay attention to right now. There's a lot of information coming to you through your dreams. There's a lot of people visiting in your dreams, and you're visiting other people. But for one or more of you, if your daily life is too busy and you're not paying attention, you will receive messages right now inside of your dreams, okay? Okay, let's see what's going on with love. Okay, let's get a message around love. What's happening in the area of your heart right now? It flew away again. Okay, it says power. You instinctively know, this is the front of it. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Okay, so that's a very specific message for somebody. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. But the key there is that you have the power. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And then we got healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Okay. So I feel like there are two different scenarios here that are playing out. For some of you, you simply needed the sign or the permission or the feeling like it was okay for you to stand in your power. It is okay for you to stand in your power, and it is okay for you to walk away at any time from something that does not feel uplifting for you anymore, that does not feel expansive, or does not feel like a safe space for you anymore. Or it's simply okay if it's something that you've outgrown. That's also okay. It's just not fitting with the direction that you are trying to go right now or need to go in. For some of you, you're feeling a really strong pull to go in one direction, and you don't feel like a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, or your relationship can go with you. And that's where it says you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So if it's something that you feel like you know it's time to let go of, there will be a positive benefit to doing that, okay? For others of you, there is a healing that needs to take place within your union or within your friendship or even with family members. There is a healing that can take place, and this has to do with you going and diving into your animalistic nature and saying the truth of what you want to say. Healing can happen through you speaking your truth. But if you keep protecting everybody and not standing up for yourself and your inner child and who you want to be in this lifetime, and you have to come down from the dream realm, come down from your imagination, and you need to anchor the reality that you want to be living into the here and now. It is possible for you and the people that you love to live in this reality with you that you want to create, but you have to be honest about what you want, and you have to allow the other people or the other person to step up to that opportunity if they also want it, because everybody has free will. Okay? I have to take it. I was going to close it, and then I looked at the bottom of the deck. It says romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So if you're single, look at this. Twin flames, your passion ignites. If you are single or exiting a relationship right now, there is a new relationship or a new partnership that's available to you, and the energy is forming or arriving to you in the month of February. That's very exciting. I love that for you. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. If you liked this reading, if it resonated for you, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me and I really appreciate it. Please come back again, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful month of February. Wishing you all of the best.